Welcome back and welcome to another movie reviews video. I saw 3 movies in the cinema this week, and as always I will leave timestamps in the description box below in case you want to scroll to a particular movie that you want to hear my thoughts on. I will also leave last week's movie reviews video linked up here in case you are looking for something else other than these 3 movies to see at the cinemas this week, or as is the case of last week's movie reviews video, perhaps to avoid at the cinemas this week. So the first film I saw in the movie theatres was Best of Enemies. I really wanted to see this last week, but the timings just didn't line up. I have a specific window in the morning that I can go and see movies in, or else kind of make a special effort to see them in an evening. But so yeah, didn't line up last week, but I was able to see it this week, and it was the first film I saw this week. It is the story of possible school integration in Durham, North Carolina, after the black school goes on fire and really isn't fit for use. They want to integrate, as is the law, and basically what happens in the town around kind of voting towards this. Sam Rockwell and Taraji P. Henson are the 2 leads in this film, and they were both just fantastic. I really enjoy both of them in films anyway. If they're attached to a film, I will probably go and see it. So they're a big draw for me, and I just really liked it. It's based on a true story. These 2 people really were connected in real life. This did happen in real life, and you know I love a biopic. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. I really enjoyed it. Some bits were tough to watch, but it was overall, it was really gripping and really entertaining. Then the second film I saw in the movie theatres this week was Missing Link, which is an animated movie. I think it was released at this time because of the Easter holidays. It's got Hugh Jackman voicing somebody, Zach Galifianakis, David Williams, Matt Lucas, Emma Thompson. There's like loads of big voices attached to it, and yeah, I feel like I've not seen like a whole lot of promo on like regular TV about it. I don't watch a lot of regular TV, but there's been trailers that I've seen in the movie theatres and posters and things like that. But for a film that's got so many kind of big voices attached to it, it's interesting that yeah, it wasn't the busiest. The only reason my showing was particularly busy was because all the schools were closed here in Denver because of a shooter at large, so they weren't in school on Wednesday. So my showing was a bit busier than I thought it would be at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. I really enjoyed this film. It had a really strong message of acceptance and kindness and not using people just because you want something from them. It also had a message of like self-belief and going for what you really want and believing you can get it, from kind of 2 different sides of the film. It was funny in parts, it was quite adventurous, it wasn't too long. You know, when I hate when I go and see a kids film and it's just too long. I couldn't imagine taking kids to go and kind of try and sit through it. So yeah, it wasn't too long, and definitely recommend. So if it's still kind of Easter holidays wherever you are, or you've got some May holidays coming up, then go and see it. It was really good. And then the third film I saw in cinemas this week wasn't one that was kind of high up on my list to see, but I ended up going to see it with some kids, and this was Shazam. You know, I've had some issues with sort of Marvel versus DC, enjoying the Marvel movies, walking out of the DC movies, so I was a bit worried about this one, but it was actually way better than I expected it to. I will give a warning that there are some really scary parts in this one, so although it's marketed obviously as a family film, there are some scary parts and quite a lot of swearing as well. Quite a lot of swearing, but yeah, there's parts surrounding the 7 deadly sins and the 7 deadly sins themselves and what they do to people. That's really quite scary. Yeah, there's kind of jumpy bits and loud bits, but then the rest of the film is really funny and comical. in my mind, its flaw is that it switches from being funny to being really scary too quickly. There's not enough of a transition, and I don't understand why it flips so quickly. But the general message of the film, again, is kind of one of acceptance and one of family. Our sort of main character is a foster kid who enters this group home and just believes he doesn't need a family. You know, he can do it on his own. He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't want to be part of the family. They really want him to be part of their family. And throughout the film, his beliefs are definitely questioned, and his family are definitely there for him. And that was really lovely. And I liked that message of the film. Really, really liked that bit. I laughed out loud at some of the comedy bits. Some of the casting choices were really clever, and I definitely was behind them. And yeah, I loved it so much more than I thought I would. This is a film that I would go and see again, even though it was quite a long one. Yeah, obviously this week I have other superhero movies coming up, so I don't think there's going to be room in my movie viewing for Shazam. But yeah, so you know that next week is going to be all about Avengers Endgame. I am rewatching just the Avengers movies in preparation for watching it. Remember this time last year where I went to see Avengers Infinity War and had no idea what it was about? Then I watched the other 20 Marvel movies and then realised what it was about. So I'm excited for Endgame, and you know, I have my ticket for opening night already, so I'm going to be talking about it next week. So make sure you are subscribed so that that video lands in your subscription feed. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. As always, if there are any particular movies you would like me to go and see at the cinema and share my thoughts on here with you, let me know in the comments below. I will be back with another bookish video or two during the week, and I will be back with my movie reviews video next Sunday, which will include my review of Avengers Endgame. So I will see you then. Bye.